Mason Mount, Jermaine. Chelsea player. Man United won him. They also have put in a couple of bids that have been rejected by Chelsea. It's looking like Chelsea want minimum 65 million for him. 1 year on his contract, but Chelsea don't seem to be prepared to budge on that. Is that valuation a fair valuation of the player? Do you think Chelsea are taking liberty there a little bit?
No, look, he's in the last year of his contract, but also is a fantastic player. And if we're talking about the figures that are being thrown out, 120 for Joe Linton,
300 for Mason Mount, 300.
So, I think they're rightly so to hold out for more, for his value. I like to put things in perspective. So if you're looking at 50 million Ward-Prowse, who's getting valued at in a Championship, Southampton, then 50 million or 55 million for Mount is a steal, is a bargain in my eyes, especially for attacking-minded players. They're always valued a little bit higher as well. Chelsea are hanging out for the right value, and I think Man United are just trying to be a little bit cheeky and get him for as cheap as chips.
Many Chelsea fans and non-Chelsea fans are very divided on Mason Mount. He seems to divide people in a way that not many other players I've seen do. Many think that he's underrated. Many think that he's significantly overrated. You clearly rate him and think he's a top player. I do too. I think he suffers from the fact that he's a midfielder who's attacking but doesn't have anything particularly flary about him or overtly skillful about him. I think his positioning on the field, I think, is brilliant. I think he's great on the press, in setting that press. I think he's got an eye for a goal. I think his passing range isn't elite, but I think it's very good. And I think, and this is something that I never thought I would say, I think his engine and his ability to get up and down the pitch, I think in modern day football is a massive weapon. And I think that some may say, it's not about running up and down. I think in this modern day way of playing, I think it is. I think you have to be a midfielder that can really get about the pitch for 90 minutes. Liverpool were linked with him for a while as well. The club that you support.
I would be happy for him to
take him in your club.
I think it would have been a great addition at Liverpool. Like you said, he's not got one thing that stands out, as in like he's not amazing by skipping past players, skill, trickery, pace, all of that. He's a well-rounded player. Where everything's good, and
he's a 7 out of 10 at everything. There's no 8s or 9s out of 10, but it's
not like a world beater, but he's a good player. And when Chelsea were in their good times and when they were playing good, he was one of their main players. And people are looking back now, Mason Mount this, Mason Mount that. Yes, he's had injuries, but also Chelsea have really been struggling. Yes. Doesn't matter what player you put in that team, they was just not playing well, and you need a good team behind you as well to get the best out of your ability as well. When your team's struggling, you're struggling as well. So, but when Mason Mount was in that nice Chelsea team, he was a great player, and rightly so, got his England call up. So you can't take that. Doesn't go overnight. It doesn't go overnight. So if you look at his attributes and what he can do, he's a good player.
How much does a midfield of Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro bridge the gap to Manchester City next season in terms of pushing them for the title?
I think if Man United got Mount, I don't think it's going to be
a game changer.
A game changer for them to be challenging Man City or for the title and Champions League and stuff like that. I don't think it's going to be it's going to be a great addition. It will take them forward and better than there was last season. But it's not going to be the be-all and end-all of, this is what we need to finally get where we need to get. They still need defenders, still need a number 9, which is I think they probably need that more than Mount, and another midfielder.